it.
And now the news. And the big news this week, the government wants to put up signs on the motorway telling drivers to pull over at the next junction, get out and swap their car for public transport. Which is kind of puzzling, because why would you, when you're in a car already, want to stop and then get on a train? I don't...
It's like going to the cinema and then putting a sign on the screen saying, have you thought about reading a book?
Yes, it's too late. You've made up your mind.
I'm in the cinema.
What are the signs going to say? Don't need to be on time or anywhere near where you actually want to go. The railway station is next left.
Something missing from your daily commute? Yes, a foul smell from a stranger sitting next to you. How are they going to tempt us to do that?
I tell you what, you know, the government announced earlier this week that 60,000 people are going to be laid waste by swine flu. So what they ought to be telling us is under no circumstances use public transport.
Well, actually,
yes, you're right.
Funny thing is, OK, swine flu is getting a bad press.
Well...
Have you noticed that? I mean, no, it is. They're saying, oh, it's bad for the economy because no one will buy anything and there'll be a lot of absenteeism. But look at it this way. Parking spaces for the rest of us will be easier to find.
That's a good point.
Now, you know, I've been saying for years and years and years that Porsches are getting uglier and uglier. Cayman, Cayenne, Cockster, and that thing you were driving the other day, the Panamera.
Panamera, yeah. I mean...
I've worked out why they're now so ugly, OK? I've got a photograph here of the managing director of Lamborghini. What do you think of him?
He looks like a male model.
Look at him. He's absolutely magnificent to behold. Got a photograph also of the managing director of Ferrari. More than that, she runs Fiat. Look at that.
Dashing.
Dashing and glamorous. I've also got a photograph of the man who runs Porsche. Here he is. And if he likes that moustache, which he does, because he's grown it on his own face, that would explain why he looked at the Panamera and went, yes, that's a good-looking car, we should make that.
On a sort of serious motoring note, it is rumoured, this is business, that VW might buy Porsche. Then that bodes well, because VW can make a good-looking car, good-looking sports car.
Yes,
in fact, remarkably, there's one in the studio. It's over there. It's the VW Blue Sport. Now, that's mid-engined. It's got a 2-litre diesel engine in it to start with. They'll put some petrol in later.
Yeah, there's a 60% chance they'll make it. And if that happens, it'll be in about 2 years. It's worth having a look at. And the great thing about that is you look at it, you go, it's not very practical, it's got a diesel engine, you know, all of those things, but it's incredibly beautiful.
Yeah.
And as a result, I would like to buy one. Now, there's a new Range Rover. We had it in the studio last week, OK? It's got a new bumper, a new engine, but that's not important. What is important, OK, is it's got cameras in each of its headlamps looking forwards, one on the back looking backwards and 2 on either side looking down.
Yeah, these are so when you're off-roading you can see, like, tree stumps and bears that might be in your way and...
That's right. Now, they feed the picture to the screen, OK, you sat in that screen, but it doesn't turn off when you're going along on the road.
And you've got all different cameras on there.
Yes. It's honestly, you're sitting in there, you've got 5 different feeds coming in, but you can choose which one you want. It's like being a sports director at Wimbledon.
Wow.
Choosing which one you want. You think, I'm coming at the crest of a hill, have that one, yeah, nice, then you've got to reverse. And then you go to the backwards one and put your foot down, you get the exhaust noise. It's
nice.
Fantastic.
Isn't it a bit distracting?
Oh, God, it's unbelievable. You know, you're not allowed to talk on a mobile phone these days, but nowadays you can direct Ben Hur while you're going along. It's just, and I haven't even got to the best bit, OK, because got into London the other day, going up Holland Park, very pretty girl in the car behind, yeah? Very pretty, switched to rear camera. And then I found you can zoom in on parts of the girl in the car behind.
So it's got electromatic.
It's curved vision. And the traffic lights are going red, green, red, green. It was just fantastic.
Now, last week, a piano was accidentally dropped on a Morris Marina as we were filming it.
Yeah, now, last time this happened, the Morris Marina Owners Club, which is like the provisional wing of the Morris men, were absolutely furious.
They went berserk.
Yeah, they were. Actually, there's been a lot of internet activity on the Morris chat room. I'm going to send an email to the BBC, and I don't care if they don't read it.
Now, that's what they said last time, OK? This time, getting worse. They said they're going to get physical. I'm quoting now. One of them says, and I'm not making this up, if I see Jeremy Clarkson in the street, I will poo into my hand and throw it at him.
What, they'll poo into their own
Yes.
house? What a stupid way of getting someone. It's like an assassin lining up on the target and shooting them through his own head. Bang! It's revolting.
Now, the thing is, OK, last week when we were making the film, you probably saw, OK, out in France, there was some doubt as to who actually owned the car that you ended up driving. Was it the wife of the president of the Maurice Marina Owners Club, or was it the wife of the President of France, who of course is Carla Bruni? Well, that was cleared up this week because Carla Bruni went to Nelson Mandela's birthday party in New York, where she sang a song which clears everything up.
Le temps s'est arrêté, les heures s'envolent l'âge. Les minutes frissonnent, l'ennui fait naufrage. Il semble que mes bras soient devenus des ailes, qu'à chaque instant qui vole, je puisse toucher le ciel. Qu'à chaque instant qui passe, je puisse longer le ciel. Car je suis l'amoureuse.
Now we know.
Your history.
Now, we are constantly being told, mostly by people who wear slacks, that classic cars are more fun than modern ones.
You see, there's a yes over there. The thing is, though, we weren't sure. So, the producers gave each of us £3,000 and told us to go to a classic car auction in King's Lynn, which is famous for being nowhere near anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, and they said that we could buy absolutely anything we wanted, as long as it was built before 1982. And then, when we had cars, there would be not the usual series of small challenges, but one big one.